He wiped the sweat off his forehead, the smell of motor oil lingering on his hands. Another car, another problem, another day that felt the same as the last. His toolbox rattled as he reached for a wrench, his mind focused entirely on the precision of the work in front of him. Customers came and went, exchanging polite smiles, leaving payments, and driving away in their polished vehicles, unaware of the quiet satisfaction he felt when a stubborn engine roared back to life. Then she appeared. At first, she blended in, a stranger with an air of calm elegance, carrying herself with a confidence that made heads turn without needing a word. She leaned casually against the hood of her car, phone in hand, tapping at it with fingers adorned with delicate rings. He noticed the faint shimmer of designer accessories, but didn't yet understand their significance. She spoke, her voice smooth, warm, and strangely playful. She needed help with her car, a minor issue she insisted she couldn't handle herself. He hesitated, a mix of curiosity and caution holding him back, yet something about her presence pulled him closer. She laughed softly at a joke he didn't even realize he had made aloud, a sound that lingered longer than it should. The request came suddenly. Would he accompany her for the weekend, help her with errands, and just spend time together? The words were casual, almost careless, yet they carried a weight he didn't immediately comprehend. He glanced at his surroundings, the familiar chaos of grease and engines, and then back at her, uncertainty flickering across his face. The offer felt like stepping into a world he had only glimpsed from a distance, one of elegance and mystery that was utterly foreign to him. Despite every warning instinct telling him to decline, he nodded. Agreement left his lips before thought fully processed it, sealing his decision. He didn't know her secrets. He didn't know the complications waiting just beyond the weekend. He only knew that The weekend arrived, and everything felt unfamiliar yet electrifying. He followed her through places that shimmered with wealth and elegance, each step making him more aware of the world he had never belonged to. She moved with ease, laughter spilling freely, her charm effortless. He tried to keep up, feeling slightly out of place, yet something about her attention made every awkward moment fade. Conversations flowed between them, light and teasing at first, but deeper undertones lingered, glances that lingered too long, touches that felt accidental yet deliberate. He marveled at the life she carried with her, a world of polished surfaces and quiet influence, yet she revealed nothing of the burdens that came with it. She spoke with warmth, asking his opinions, genuinely listening, and he felt seen in ways that went beyond compliments or appearances. Her interest in him was unmistakable, subtle but undeniable, and it left a thrill he had never expected. Each shared laugh, each fleeting touch, drew him closer into her orbit, blurring the line between casual company and something far more intimate. Evenings were filled with quiet moments, conversations over wine that lingered past polite social hours, moments where words weren't necessary to understand the connection growing between them. He sensed a conflict in her, a tension beneath the smiles, something she hid carefully behind elegance and charm. He didn't ask, didn't want to risk breaking the fragile magic. Still, small hints surfaced, a hushed phone call, a glance at a message that made her pause, an expression of fleeting concern quickly masked. By the end of the second day, he felt both exhilarated and cautious. He was drawn to her, the pull of attraction undeniable, yet the unknown stretched before him like a shadow. The allure was intoxicating, but he sensed there were rules he didn't know and risks he hadn't considered. And still, when she smiled at him, a promise of warmth in her eyes, he followed, unaware. He couldn't believe what he saw. The world she moved in, the name she carried, the life she led, it wasn't just wealth, it was power, influence, a reality far beyond anything he had imagined. The truth hit him all at once, a wave that left his chest tight and his mind racing. Every moment of connection, every laugh, every touch suddenly carried a weight he hadn't anticipated. She had hidden herself behind a carefully crafted mask, and he had walked right into it, blind to the reality she had kept secret. She looked at him, eyes searching, knowing the truth had arrived in his expression. She spoke, voice soft but urgent, explaining why she had concealed her identity, how she wanted to know him as a person first, not a man dazzled by her fortune or position. Each word she offered was laced with sincerity, yet the betrayal lingered in the space between them, thick and undeniable. He felt a rush of conflicting emotions, anger, confusion, fascination, and something deeper he couldn't name. Questions consumed him. Could he trust her? Could he forgive the deception? Or had the weekend changed everything irreversibly? She had shown him intimacy, attention, and warmth, but now every gesture seemed complicated, shadowed by the revelation. His heart wanted the connection he had felt, but his mind recoiled at the complexity, the lies, the secret life she had navigated without him knowing. Silence stretched between them, heavy, unspoken. He struggled to reconcile the woman he had laughed with, shared moments with the figure of influence and wealth she truly was. Every instinct pulled in opposite directions, desire and caution, trust and doubt. And as he looked at her, the air thick with tension, he realized the weekend had transformed from a casual adventure into a crossroads. Nothing would ever feel the same again, and the choice before him was no longer simple. He took a deep breath, weighing every feeling that had built over the weekend. The allure of her presence, the warmth she had shown, and the connection he couldn't deny clashed violently with the reality she had hidden. Forgiveness felt both natural and impossible. The pull toward her was strong, but so was the understanding that trust had been fractured. He realized that desire alone could not erase the complexity, the unspoken rules of her world that he had unknowingly stepped into. She watched him closely, silent, her own emotions flickering across her features. There was no defense left, no charm or mystery to shield her anymore. The weight of honesty hung between them, heavier than any flirtation, richer than any stolen moment. She wanted him to understand, to see past the surface, but she knew understanding alone could not erase the betrayal. Every gesture, every laugh, every shared secret had built an intimacy that now felt precarious, like glass teetering on the edge of a table. He made his choice, not with words, but in the quiet decision of how he would respond. He stepped back, measured, leaving space for both of them to breathe. It was not rejection, nor was it acceptance. It was a pause, a recognition that some things could not return to what they had been. She nodded slightly, a flicker of sadness, a hint of hope, and a quiet acknowledgement that the weekend had changed them both. The connection lingered, intangible yet undeniable, a memory neither could erase. He walked away carrying more than the knowledge of her wealth or status. He carried the weight of intimacy, trust, and the complicated ache of what might have been. She remained, a presence both powerful and vulnerable, knowing that the choice to continue or let go rested on fragile understanding. And in that quiet, unspoken space, both realized the weekend had left an imprint neither time nor circumstance could easily erase.